Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Soo, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
Hi, Leigh.
Hello. We are taking our final journey to La La Land today. We're not watching La La Land. That would be an insane choice.
No, that would be heavy. And I sobbed so hard during that film. It was kind of ugly, actually.
Yeah, I made the mistake of taking our mutual friend there during the depths of a breakup, and it was an incorrect choice on my.
We were like, a fun musical.
Part. Yeah,
that it was not.
No,
but welcome back to Queer Gals Watch.
We're thrilled to be here. We're talking about one of my favorite films today. I'm very excited.
Yeah, Leigh. As soon as we said we were going to do this like little series, Leigh was like, I don't know, maybe like at some point, like no pressure or anything, but we should do Independence Day.
It's one of my favorite depictions of an American president.
Agreed, actually. And so for our last trip to the movies, we are going to go to the US of A, 1996, Independence Day.
We're going to go there. And as ever, for our movie episodes, we're joined by a gorgeous guest today. You may know her from supporting the George Michael singers on their recent UK tour. You may know her as your favorite backup singer. We've already had her gorgeous brother on the pod, but we're getting both backup singers in these movie episodes. And you might also know her from her own podcast, Stay Hydrated. She's also my gorgeous girlfriend. It's Lizzie Hall.
Hello. I'm also here.
And Fiona.
Yeah. This is kind of how it works. It's just like these gals are in love and I'm just like, hi.
You're a welcome guest.
Thank
always.
you.
Welcome, always.
See, I obviously know Lizzie from her seminal performance as Mary Sunshine in Chicago.
2015.
Yeah. And where was that playing? What stage was it on?
That was at my school theatre. And I was bad in it. And I grew a lot of resentment, I think, towards musical theatre from being cast as Mary Sunshine, who is, for those who don't know, because it's a non-existent part, is the reporter, and it's typically played by a male.
In drag.
Your drama teacher just kind of going, I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something going on with Lizzie that's saying for me that of the girls at this school, she is perhaps the one that could give a touch of masculinity.
Yeah, who could embody a man, a girl playing a man playing a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's put her in a low heel slingback.
Oh, well, it was like a weird little kitten heel thing. Oh, God.
I only know this, and I'm only taking the piss out of Lizzie about this because when Leigh and Lizzie first started dating, and I hadn't really met her yet, Leigh was like, you need to watch this video, and proceeded to show me a video of you performing in that Chicago thing. And I was like, I don't know this person well enough.
Dark.
That is not true. It was not before you met Lizzie. It was after you'd met Lizzie.
But like, you know, when you're like...
You're seeing like a very vulnerable sort of... I every time I think about it, it brings me... I shiver. And I think about all the people that sat in the audience and watched it. And I just think, like, God, I hope they have no memories of that. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I
don't think it will have been.
But
I was in a
also-
very poor production of Merrily We Roll Along, which I really hope people don't remember.
What happens in Merrily We Roll Along?
I want to say there's some time jumping. I want to say it was on Broadway recently,
Okay.
I think. I might be getting it
And
confused with another one.
That was, you were in the Broadway?
On Broadway.
That would be
No, it was
crazy.
also while I was at school, and I was in the chorus. But I played a showgirl in that. And during rehearsals, the head of drama, Mr. Bridges, I'll never forget how much of a fucking bitch you were.
Never forget.
Look who's still in the theatre industry now, Mr. Bridges.
See?
We did a run through of the choreo, and he went, "Wow, oh my God, Fiona, I never thought you'd be able to do anything like that."
What a rude ass bitch.
Because I had short shorts on and a feather boa, and I think people saw me as a hugely unsexual object, which is fine at 16, and also because I had the body of like a small boy. But
Just a plank.
I understand where you're coming from when you're like, it was a really vulnerable moment that people have on home video, and I'm worried about that. You know?
God, don't.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really sorry to have brought that up. I feel like I've started with trauma.
No, I think it's good to just get out of the way.
Yeah.
What is Queer Girls Watch about if it's not about queer trauma?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Lizzie,
Yeah.
we're talking about Independence Day.
What a film.
You hadn't seen this.
I had never seen it.
You'd never seen it.
Crazy.
What were your first takeaways? Like, what when the credits started rolling, where were you at?
Well, I was in. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was feeling good. Credits started rolling. Remind me, I think immediately it gives very much time capsule
Yeah.
of
Mm.
90s, noughties cinema.
Mm-hmm.
We also had the pleasure of watching it all as a three.
As a three, all with our laptops out.
All with our laptops out, trying to force ourselves not to make comments in
Mhm.
the room. And I always know I'm sort of going to love a film if Leigh's sort of like shushing people to listen.
Yes.
And sort of already looks like she might have a tear in her eye.
Yeah.
Leigh did go on to cry, I think, twice.
Mm-hmm.
Once at quite a poignant moment, to be fair. And once I think was just sort of
It really took both of us by surprise, I think.
Yeah. And so when Leigh sort of went like, it's starting,
Yeah.
I kind of knew, okay, we're in. It's going to be a good one. It's meaningful to her.
Yeah.
And so therefore meaningful to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I feel like that was sort of my first in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember what like the opening scenes were.
Astronauts.
Right in with the moon landing.
The moon landing.
Yes.
Yeah, you have, like, you were like rageful, and Leigh was like, put your phone down. We need to just like focus up. Because
Right. Well, and then
you're
I
very anti-moon landing.
Well, no. I'm not anti, but I did go, if you really believe it happened. And I feel Leigh was like, get your head in the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like I could see the American government setting up a soundstage and going, we landed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some hot takes.
But I'm
on
not a
Queer Girls Watch
conspiracy
today.
theorist. I'm really not.
Maybe.
The
Don't push
earth
me
is
on
flat.
that. Don't push me on that.
Famously, the girl I dated right before Lizzie was
a
a huge conspiracy theorist, which it took me way too long to work out. So very much kind of like the success of our relationship very much rests on the fact that I met Lizzie and I was like, oh, she doesn't believe in conspiracy theories.
No, not really.
But what I will say is, and this is a point that I've made previously on the podcast, the fact that this film opens on very much the moment of the moon landing goes to my point that I think a lot of the reason why we're in the place that we are in right now politically in America is because so many grown American men are shocked and upset to find that they are not, in fact, astronauts.
Right. Okay, interesting.
I would say that the spread is astronauts, pro like NFL players or basketball players, musicians, like high-flying musicians, or like powerful businessmen.
I was going to say entrepreneur.
This is the danger of the American dream.
I remember actually being a kid and going to the Kennedy Space Center and being like, no, I'm going to be an astronaut.
I see that for you.
But we should dream.
I'm up
right?
there.
We should dream.
We should. I do feel I would have loved sort of like, by the way, 0.0001% of the population are astronauts. Do you know what I mean?
I'd love
did
like
feel
dream
like-
big, but with some parameters.
like dream big. Let's keep it measured though.
Yeah.
Because I feel
You
like
know
we
what I
were
mean?
like, but Buzz can do it. If Buzz can do it,
And
I
he's
can
for
do
real.
it.
And he's not real.
He's not real. And also, he's famously kind of a Joey-esque character. Like, he's not the smartest. What am I thinking?
Toy in the
The-
toy box?
The sharpest.
Tool in the box. But we could
There we
say
go.
toy in the toy box is
Yeah.
funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Toy in the toy box is good.
Yeah.
When you said Buzz, my first thought was Buzz Aldrin.
The actual.
So I was like, Buzz did, and then we sort of went on. And I was like, we're talking about like
The Pixar
Lightyear.
movie Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lightyear, Mr. Lightyear.
Mr. Lightyear. Should we go back to
Let's go back to
Independence Day.
Oh yeah.
So
Um,
the synopsis of this film is: an alien race destroys major cities of the world with their advanced weaponry. However, a geek, a pilot, and the US president and a group of ragtag survivors unite to save mankind from annihilation.
Have they just dismissed Jeff Goldblum
He's a
with the
geek.
single phrase, a geek?
I have incidentally
That is crazy.
cosplayed as Jeff Goldblum today. Obviously, podcast famously not a visual medium, but
But just know.
But just know.
What have you gone for?
Well, I've gone for a little, I kind of like a 90s shirt, and I have got a vest on underneath.
In honor of Mr. Goldblum,
In honor
I
of Mr.
presume.
I've also got like a really big spot on that side, so I won't show, but I have got a vest, like 90s shirt. I've got my little round glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All I just need is a bottle of whiskey and a cigar.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where the day will go. Who knows?
Why not?
It is Eurovision tonight, famously. So,
Famously known for cigars and
famously known
Bottles
for
of
a,
whiskey.
a fat lady who sings at times. Who
Okay,
knows?
T, go on.
Yeah. Way to quit the
Um,
movie. Rolling it back round. Let's talk about the main characters. So
Yeah.
we have our geek and we have our pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Our geek is Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Our pilot is a young, handsome Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic.
In for me, I know there's a lot of Prince of Bel-Air heads out there, but for me, in his seminal role,
Okay.
in his seminal kind of vintage role,
This is-
before we
okay.
get into the
Lee, we're
serious
not-
acting
Lee, we're not
era.
arguing with you. I need you to know we're not arguing with you.
Hey, no worries.
Lee-
No.
Lee's just getting all up in that microphone.
Yeah,
and
this-
Lizzie and I are sat fully back in our chairs being like,
All good.
we're all good.
No,
There's no...
This film is incredibly important to Lee, as you may or may not be able to tell.
Which is crazy because it's super like
It's
hetero...
It's really not on
American
brand for me
propaganda.
at all.
Yeah, like it is like rewatching it as because I haven't watched it for a few years. Lizzie mentioned is like the film was playing like this is kind of just straight up trying to get people to like sign up for the
Yeah.
military.
Yeah.
It's for sure military propaganda.
Mhm.
And I was like, that went over my head when I was younger, but now I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't know why, but like, I'll serve.
It worked.
Mhm.
We were sat there and I can't remember what part happened, but something happened. And I was like, God, I want to be a fighter pilot.
Yeah,
and
get
it was
me
like,
in a plane.
whoa, chill out. But hey, it worked.
And famously, both of you did the little, ooh, I'm going to play it being a soldier thing that you do as kids.
Whoa,
What's that called?
whoa.
What's that called?
You're talking
here?
about cadets.
Yeah.
Are you talking about being in the cadet force? A very serious program. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were both in that.
I actually was never a cadet. I just did army run extracurriculars,
Okay.
which was
That sounds shit.
it. Do you know what? It was really fucking hard and very impressive. Actually,
Okay. What did they have you do? Just like run around? Did you march?
we marched. Okay,
Did you have a beret?
I didn't get to have a beret, and if I had, I think I
Right.
would have worked out I was queer a lot earlier than I did.
I think you probably would have actually. Honestly, getting dressed up in army gear and looking at yourself in the mirror with like a tight bun and a beret is like I'm a lesbian. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, there it is.
Got it. WLW.
Yes. And I'm thrilled that you're not actually in the British military because I think that would have been a tough pill for my Irish granny to
A
swallow.
deal breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I
Um,
don't see that working out well, really.
Mm-mm. But one of my favorite facts about you is that obviously, famously, the deciding factor between a career in theatre and a career in the military for Fiona Kingwill was gluten.
Yeah,
Wow.
you can't sign up if you're gluten intolerant.
Is that true?
Yeah, because they can't. Like, if you're stuck in a tight jam, and they're like got to drop stuff to you, they can't be like, oh, is there gluten rations? Is there gluten-free rations for our gal down there?
No, you would literally.
So like,
starve
if
to
you have
death.
like any like food intolerances or like nut allergies and stuff, I don't believe. Well, in the early 2000s, you couldn't. So I was like, damn, I guess I'll just have to make theatre instead.
My second passion.
My second passion.
Okay, that's amazing. We were going to talk about the characters. and
We
then
We were. I'm so
distracted.
sorry. I just, yeah.
But thanks for fanfaring us like that. It's
Yeah.
very cute of you. So Will Smith is a fighter pilot, but he does want to be an astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to get into NASA,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets a rejection early on in the film, but obviously gets his chance to go to space
Mm-hmm.
when he saves humankind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Jeff
incredible.
Goldblum arrives looking great. Like, his shoulders are so broad in this film.
You were crushing.
I don't know what it is. He's always like a bit sweaty and he's like a bit drunk.
You kept saying that, and I was like, "That's everything I don't like about men that go off." And hey, different strokes for different folks.
maybe that's just the bridge building that we needed to do between the lesbian and bisexual community.
Yeah,
Do you know
it
what I
might
mean?
have been.
The thing is like, I think, may I speak as a bisexual?
Please, please.
I would say that like really broad categories of women I'm attracted to. Very narrow, very strange categories of men.
Right,
Like super niche. I can't even really fathom it.
right.
Like, give me a generically handsome man, I'm like, honestly, like
Not for you.
Having
dry as
known
the desert
you
down there.
for your
Okay.
entire
Okay, we're speaking candidly. Got it.
May I? Oops, sorry.
having known you for your entire dating life, pretty much, I would
Yeah.
I would have to say can confirm.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
I like him weird. I like him weird looking, weird, sad, small, tall.
with
usually.
the deepest love
respect.
and respect
Yeah.
to all of Fiona's exes.
Yeah.
And I think that does make sense because I obviously do find myself every now and again being like, like with a man. And it is always, it's so often a man that is or could or kind of looks like they could be like a chef.
Truly.
Like a sort of, he's just done coke in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He's then served up like a gorgeous carbonara and
Yeah.
now he's having a cigarette outside. I giggle.
Yeah.
So I do understand the very sort of niche kind of rare attraction
yeah.
thing. But women, it's like, you're all beautiful ladies.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Received and understood.
So Jeff was a big moment for Fi in this episode.
Yeah.
His character is much more than the nerd.
His character's like kind of a hacker. Like, it's kind of unclear what Jeff's job is.
We kind of first encounter him in an office space, but it's unclear what that office does.
He works, I think, for something to do with the satellites in cable television, I think is what I could
Right.
glean, because his ex-wife was like, oh, like you could have been anything and you worked for cable TV.
Right.
Damning from her. But I think, so he went to MIT and studied something at MIT, has been working for cable news, I guess. But deep down could hack into alien software, just like no prob.
And fly to space and back.
Yeah, like it's super chill. So kind of rock and roll from him, just to be like, I'm hugely talented, but I'm underachieving on purpose despite my ex-wife.
And what I will say to our West Wing fan listeners, I do believe that David, as Jeff Goldblum is named in this film, walked so that Toby Ziegler could run in the West Wing.
Yeah. If you're talking about like strong Jewish men
Yes.
who are like very outspoken, but also like not the clear sex symbol, but nonetheless gravitas,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Enjoying a scotch, enjoying a cigar.
scotch, enjoying a pithy remark.
Yeah.
Still deeply in love with his ex-wife.
Yes. The same, really. Let's talk about the president.
Okay.
As I think Lee's right. As far as like movie and TV presidents go, the president in Independence Day, top tier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Top tier, because he's like, I was a fighter pilot who then was in the Gulf War,
Mm-hmm.
got into politics. Now I'm the president of the United States. But like that pilot's still in me.
Mhm.
And like when shit's going down, he's like, I just want to get in a plane.
In the
Yeah.
words of Ben Affleck in Pearl Harbor, another phenomenal film. Get me into a goddamn plane. I just love it. I die.
Yeah.
Your
I mean-
knowledge of like military propaganda, crazy random
I find
films.
them very comforting.
Okay.
I love a war
the-
film. I love a disaster film.
That's the American high schooler in you, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe you should talk to someone about that.
Something to
Maybe
reflect
I
on.
should talk to someone about my love of war films, Fiona.
Look, okay, mine's I was going to say mine's from an entirely historical point of view, but that's it.
I just love history,
I
man.
just love history,
Says
man.
the woman who was like shaking with sobs watching Hacksaw Ridge.
Whoa. Okay. Now, I actually don't think I cried that much at Hacksaw Ridge.
You
Because,
probably did, Fee.
whoa, Mel Gibson, why so many showering scenes? Why so many long showering scenes where we're like washing the blood off of, what's his name?
Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield. Off Andrew Garfield's body. Why are we like, there's like some like naked pull-ups that maybe don't need to be naked.
It was a deeply homoerotic
At one point when
film
he's
for
like
no
really,
reason.
really injured, they like lower him in slow motion. Like he's on a stretcher and he gets like lowered down the side of a cliff. And I'm like, why has this been upwards of 2 minutes of screen time?
Right.
So don't come for me with Hacksaw Ridge. Right? Band of Brothers? Yeah. Saving Private Ryan, I'll give or take.
Yeah, and I would never take the piss out of you for liking either of
Flags of
those.
Our Fathers. Brilliant. Letters from Iwo Jima. Yes. Get your facts straight, okay?
I haven't watched any of these films.
It would be my pleasure to watch them with you, but you don't need to. You could just live your life.
Well, maybe I will one day.
Back into Independence Day.
Right, okay, let's do this.
I also think, so to set up the film, basically we have a man playing mini golf at work.
Mhm.
I want to have his life, but he's playing mini golf at work, and then something spooky comes through the satellite system. We have a load of fun 90s computers
Mhm.
making various beeps and whirring noises,
Mhm.
also very fun. Then we go to he then calls the guy in charge, who responds when he calls him. I'm guessing he's on the night shift. It seems to be the middle of the night.
Yeah.
His boss then replies by saying, if this isn't an insanely beautiful woman, I'm hanging up. He then comes marching into the office in his dressing gown saying, this better not be another Russian spy job.
Which is kind of crazy, really, isn't
Mm-hmm.
it? Turns out it's aliens.
So
like
aliens in the biggest way.
like huge alien spaceship gives birth to loads of other smaller spaceships, which are actually also huge.
Mhm.
They hover over the like main cities around the globe.
Mhm.
This is all happening. And Jeff Goldblum at work is like, oh, there's something in this signal. Starts doing some tippy tapping.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, at the Pentagon and the White House, we're meeting the president who's like, should we do something?
Mhm.
All of his advisors are like, I don't think so.
There's
I think
also
it's just a satellite thing.
There's also a commander there who I think has been a commander in like a lot of these types of films.
Yeah, there's a lot of similar looking white men.
Mhm. Also, when we're with the president, we meet the incredibly hot Connie, who is the press secretary.
I could talk about her for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah. Shall we?
Let's do it.
There's a certain genre of like hot 90s women that I'm going to say includes like the mum in Home Alone, the mum in Miracle on 34th
Yeah,
Street.
Oh God, she's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Where they
She's
just,
beautiful.
they all have like a touch of auburn in their hair. There's an impeccable blowout. And then they're just in like a gorgeous skirt suit. And they are all, Connie and those two movie mums are like the woman that I wanted to grow up to be.
Because it's skirt suit all the way through. And then at some point in all of the movies, you'll see them in a jeans,
Yeah.
tee, and plaid shirt
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah. Sort of the relaxed look.
The
Yeah.
dress
This is
down.
what I am
Just at home.
when I'm me.
I'm just at
Mhm,
home
mhm.
like it's Thanksgiving. Do you know what I mean?
Hair up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like a little messy
Claw
bun.
clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, claw clip.
Yeah. God, I
Um,
love her.
Connie's super hot. She also appears to just kind of be like bros with the president
Very
in
close.
the biggest way.
Yeah.
Which we love. Like male-female friendship in the world of Harry Met Sally that is entirely platonic.
Especially in the political sphere in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the president is married.
Yes.
He feels a very committed and dutiful husband.
Yes,
He does.
agreed.
We also meet a subsidiary character, which is a sort of like down and out dad of 3 ragtag kids.
One of whom I always think is Keanu Reeves and isn't, and the other of whom I always think is a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt and isn't.
Not.
Yeah.
But like could do lookalike work.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like living in a camper van in like a kind of nomadic society somewhere in New Mexico. And obviously the dad's got like some sort of drinking problem and some undiagnosed PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We find out pretty quickly the PTSD is because 10 years ago, he claims he was taken up on an alien.
Not Vietnam. Vietnam he was fine with. Vietnam he walked away from.
It was the
Unscathed.
alien experiment.
It was the alien
Aliens did
experiments
experiments on him. But that'll come back around at the end. Jeff Goldblum works out that actually the signal that is being passed across is a countdown to what he believes to be detonation.
Yeah.
So Connie's his ex-wife.
Fun.
Tries to call her. She's not picking up. So he and his dad, Julius, other standout
Absolute star of the film.
star of the film,
really
Julius,
fun.
get in their car and they drive from New York to DC to be like, we've got to get people, like, you need to know that big kaboom's coming.
Mm-hmm. We also, I do just need to mention, because he is about to die and he is absolutely stunning, the arguably kind of queerest character of the film, Jeff Goldblum's colleague, who is just running around for most of the kind of first act of the film, trying to call his mum and make sure his mum is okay. And giving, honestly, an iconic performance for me.
Yeah. Wants to call his therapist.
Yeah, tries to call his therapist.
I was slightly frustrated with the president because I do feel like, should we tell people to get out of the cities? Yeah. There's like a big unknown ship up there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably move out the cities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like in what world are we like, I don't think this is going to get hostile.
Yeah, like let's not spark panic.
Too late.
You're panicking. Like,
Too late.
get them out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does kind of feel like, okay, like we don't want to cause a panic. I think the fact that there are huge spaceships over every major city in the world probably has we've already crossed that threshold.
Get them out of there.
I have to say, the depictions of New York City panicking did feel very real to me.
Yeah.
They did. And so after that part that you were just talking about, which that character,
Mm-hmm.
what happens next?
Well, we're flip-flopping between New York, DC, and then wherever Will Smith's airbase is, which I think is near the sort of New Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm going to say New Mexico.
I think, so yeah, Will Smith is based in LA, I think.
Yes, in LA.
In LA.
He's in LA because the First Lady is also doing some sort of press tour in LA. This is how we're interweaving all the narratives. So Will Smith he's like, something bad's going off. I'm supposed to be off on holiday, but I'm going to head to my airbase.
Supposed to be at a barbecue for the holiday for the 4th of July, but got called in.
He's living with his girlfriend, Jasmine.
Icon.
I love her.
Yeah, like real standout character, especially on a rewatch. And her son.
Her incredibly, incredibly cute son.
And their golden Labrador, Boomer. Also icon.
Key character.
Had some some of the biggest like moments in the film.
Some of the biggest cinematic moments.
Jeff Goldblum gets to DC in the nick of time because it's time to blow up some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the countdown runs down, the spaceships, kaboom, what's underneath them, which is like LA, DC, New York.
London.
I was about to
Paris.
say, a classic moment that I feel happens in all American disaster films where they're like, London already gone. We've not even had a moment of London going, but London's already fucked. So just forget about England. They're gone. They're underwater.
Yeah,
it's go time.
America is very much kind of like leading this sort of like campaign at the moment for the world, which is fine.
Well, leader of the free
world.
Not anymore.
What I will say is, as we're kind of kabooming New York, there's some truly, truly phenomenal performances from background performers kind of running around New York in panic.
Yeah.
Like there's an incredible kind of like, I don't want to say this in a way that's going to sound like I don't want it to, but an incredible kind of cascading rear-ending of cars that happens, which was a beautiful sight to see.
Yes, really good stunt work that day.
Yes.
People turned up to work.
Absolutely. I can only imagine the shoot days where they had to just have like hundreds of people running around screaming.
And like cars being flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And the same thing sort of happening in LA. Jasmine's trying to get out of the city to get to the airbase because Will Smith's been like, if shit starts kicking off, come to the airbase.
Yeah.
We'll keep you safe.
And which is where we see Boomer the dog's big moment.
Yeah, because as the kaboom is happening and the sort of firestorm is sweeping through LA, Jasmine and her son and Boomer are in a tunnel. There's no way out.
No. Everyone's running. Jasmine says, Let me switch on.
Let me think outside the box.
Let me assess my surroundings. There's a little kind of mechanical closet. So she's beating the door down. Slay.
Kid in arms.
They're in there. And she goes, Boomer!
Boomer then gives the performance of a lifetime. Honestly, for me, an Oscar-worthy moment.
Yeah.
A hero's moment. One of the greatest moments in cinematic history for me, as Boomer sees his mom calling him, jumps atop a car, and then is like, the fire is coming behind me. I'm going to make a flying leap off of this car and into this mechanical closet just in the nick of time.
Move over, Toto. Move over, Lassie. Move over that dog from The Artist that everyone talked about for ages.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It's all about Boomer.
It's all about Boomer. He was incredible. I'm so glad he lived.
Should we talk a little bit about Will Smith's attack of the alien spaceship that he does with his buddy Jimmy?
His buddy Jimmy.
Jimmy. Kind of problematic. We weren't sure.
We weren't sure about Jimmy. We weren't sure about Jimmy's accent.
Yeah, it felt a little forced.
It felt a little not true to his race.
Correct.
Yeah.
But hey, he was a good friend to our boy Will.
Yeah,
he was.
They kept calling each other Big Daddy, which was sort of another hurdle.
Yeah,
that we crossed as a trio.
Yeah,
yeah. They go to attack. They send 10 fighter pilots in there, sort of their 10 best.
To fire some rockets. Shock, surprise, they have shields on these amazing space
futuristic
things.
Yeah, and then they kind of keep going. So they fly around trying to get him, trying to get shots off at the big spaceship. It's not working. It continues to not work. People are dying. They're getting killed off
all the
like
little
flies.
Spaceships have come out now.
All the baby spaceships have come out, and it's very Star Wars-y.
Suddenly we're in Star Wars for 10 minutes.
Suddenly we're in Star Wars. And then Will Smith, they try and get away, Will and Jimmy. Jimmy does a crazy...
He tries to do a barrel roll or something, but he's freaking out, and he tears his mask off and then dies in a fiery crash.
It's pretty brutal. And you're also sort of why'd you do that? But fine.
But hey, Jimmy's choices are his own.
Jimmy's choices are his own. And then Will is in a one-on-one with one of the baby spaceships trying to escape it.
Causing such quotes as, "Oh no, you don't shoot that green shit at me."
Period.
which I enjoyed. And then when the spaceship, he kind of outmaneuvers the spaceship and it crashes, and he bails out of his plane and like lands with his parachute, and he like goes over to the spaceship and opens it because he's super mad, obviously, because Jimmy's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a little jump scare as the alien kind of comes out, and then he just fully punches it in the face and just goes, "Welcome to Earth."
Are we in a post Men in Black world at this point, or is
I don't think
this
so.
is pre Men in Black?
I feel like Men in Black feels like 2001, doesn't
So
it?
I feel like
Yeah.
this is very much Will Smith's kind of Men in Black audition.
Yeah, and he
This kind
I
of
like
like
thinking
got
of
the
it like
role.
that. Yeah.
it was tea. It was so good.
Yeah. What I will say is, I think it's important for the listeners to know, famously, me and Fi have a shared Google Doc for the podcast. Lizzie insisted on having her own separate Google Doc so that we could not steal her ideas for commentary on this
And guess
film.
what? You still managed
I
to do.
did
Lee
not.
Douglas. You did.
And this
I
is what I
literally-
had for 2 hours.
I look over to my right. I see Lee's little eyes looking at my laptop as I'm writing down something hilarious and unique. I look over. She's writing it down. I love you. That is what happened.
That's not what happened. You think my eyesight is good enough for me to be able to read off of your laptop
I
screen?
feel like that's a little like
Oh.
evasive. Just to be like, my eyes, girl, you got laser eye surgery. I know that you've got good eyesight now.
Also, best believe you were like curled up like a little cat, as close to me as you could be. You know what I mean?
What? So I wanted to be close to you. So shoot me.
You're getting a little defensive.
Yeah, for someone who's so innocent.
Yeah, for someone who can't see.
Moving swiftly on. What I will say is we're now into okay. We're gonna now explode DC. We need to get out of the White House.
We're out. That's happened.
But I would just like to say a quick moment for as the White House is exploding, we see Air Force One flying away,
Yeah.
just missing the explosion. It's a beautiful shot.
In the firestorm.
All of the special effects and pyrotechnics of this film are
Pretty
stellar.
good. They've really
and
held
they
up.
stand up 20 years later.
Yeah, for 1996. I mean, I love, so Julius and Jeff Goldblum have got on Air Force One. And I love the little character note that Jeff Goldblum has air sickness. I think that's so fun.
Air
Yes,
sickness feels
oh.
like a real throwback for me. It feels really vintage. Do people get airsick anymore?
I think so. I think planes are probably a lot
Smoother now.
Smoother.
But like motion sickness, yeah, for sure. I get
Mhm.
car sick.
We then get into this whole discussion.
A moment for car sickness.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lee.
Lee's like, we're moving on. Anyway,
We now get into this whole discussion of whether we just nuke the aliens, which is such an American discussion. And just on what level was that ever going to be a helpful solution?
It won't work. They've got the force field protecting them.
and it
You
didn't
just
work
saw it.
before, so
You
will it
just
work
saw it.
again? Have we not learned anything? Turns out, no, we'll do the whole next act of this film on this thing, which is just, let's go again doing the same thing.
It won't work.
Meanwhile, in LA, Jasmine has found a fire truck.
Yeah.
She's still with Boomer and her son and is just collecting injured people from around the places, including the First Lady, like dragging her from the wreckage of the helicopter that she was in.
The reveal of the First Lady is crazy.
Yeah.
Truly is.
I will just say a moment for Jasmine as a feminist icon. In the words of Reba McEntire, a single mom who works 2 jobs.
Yeah.
She's, as she says to the First Lady, you know, she's like, oh, he's not my kid's dad, but I was kind of hoping he wanted the job. So, you know,
It's
her and
incredible.
Will are like dating, you know, they're
pretty
vibing.
serious.
They're pretty serious. He's like thinking about proposing. He's gotten her a hideous dolphin engagement
It's
ring.
really awful.
Which is such a classic heterosexual male thing to do, to be like, she once said that she liked dolphins, so I'm going to base the entire engagement ring around the fact that she once said that she liked dolphins.
I've got
Oh.
her this busted ring that looks like it could have come from a SeaWorld gift shop.
Yeah, but then problematic Jimmy is like, well, they're never, because obviously Jasmine is an exotic dancer and that's how she like pays for her son. Amazing. Love that for her. But then Jimmy is like, you're never going to make the NASA program, if
You
you're
marry a stripper.
married to any kind of sex worker. It's a whole thing. But Jasmine, throughout this entire film, is flawless from start to finish. And we just love to see that powerful of a woman on our screen.
Yeah. Like the first lady fully like kind of in pain from internal bleeding. Like Jasmine's tending to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, what do you do?
Mm.
And Jasmine's like, I'm a dancer. And the first lady goes, oh, ballet? And Jasmine goes, no, exotic.
And she just owns it. And we
And
love
she's
to see
like-
that.
And she's like, hey, it's a really great way for me to support my kid. I get to spend loads of time with him. I love it. I enjoy it.
Got it.
Works for me.
And we love that this film from the 90s is on balance pro-sex worker.
Yeah,
we love to
sex
see
worker,
it.
very sex positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the alien post-mortem?
Yeah. So Will Smith
Mm.
punches the alien in the head,
Mm-hmm.
then drags him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the alien's gender, drags the alien through the desert until crosses paths with the nomad community.
Yes.
The dad and the 3 ragtag kids.
Mm-hmm.
The entire nomadic community, I'm going to say it's 25 cars, jeeps.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much
buses.
giving kind of like the boats from home in Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're heading across the salt flats.
Yeah.
The salt desert? The salt.
Which is, again, cinematically gorgeous.
Beautiful shots there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they're just heading wherever they think they can go. But what did they stumble upon?
Will Smith.
Will Smith. And then they all head to Area 51,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is where the president is. And he's like, I didn't know this existed. And they were like, we didn't think we had to tell you, which
Mhm.
feels crazy.
Feels like the
Um,
president should know, but
And we meet
I
all the
do
kind
get
of
the plausible
scientists there.
deniability vibe.
Yeah.
But,
We meet Dr. Oaken, who's crazy and super into aliens. We try to nuke Houston, the spaceship over Houston, just destroy
Houston?
Houston. We,
Go, huh?
it's because I read it and
Houston, Weston, Winston, Houston.
Houston. Houston. Houston.
That is so crazy.
How do I say it?
as in the
love
name
that from you.
Hugh, as in Hugh Grant. Houston.
Hugh Grant. That was also a crazy
Well,
way to explain
I
it.
read it how it was written, and so I said it wrong. So
Okay,
silly.
totally fine.
Houston, we have a problem.
Period.
I can't say. Wait, one more time.
Houston.
Houston. Am I saying it right
yeah,
now?
Yeah.
It ceased to have meaning to me.
H-U-S-T isn't how you mention. Oh no, because you'll say Huston.
Thank you.
Yeah, Hugh as in the name actually. is
Yeah,
what it
and then
makes
stun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna get that wrong again.
That's
I
totally
think.
fine. We won't question.
So we're
it
here.
again.
We're like an hour into the film. We can't nuke them. The shields are still up.
Mm-hmm.
The first lady and Jasmine and the others have been rescued from the El Toro base, which was
Mhm.
where they were heading to in LA, by Will Smith, who commandeered a helicopter as soon as he got to Area 51 and just flew to LA with it, which is hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Saves
Really
his
hot.
I'm gonna go
girlfriend.
get my girl.
Mhm.
Yeah. Brings them back. The first lady kind of immediately dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Internal
mommy
bleeding.
sleeping now?
Yeah.
Harrowing.
Mommy's sleeping.
You guys.
Yeah.
It's tough. A moment for that child actor playing the first daughter.
She's
Truly,
brilliant.
given that we've watched First Daughter and Chasing Liberty, I think this is actually, with no disrespect to either Katie Holmes or Mandy Moore, the strongest performance of a First Daughter that we've seen in these movie episodes.
She's really great.
She's phenomenal.
She's also now just like a grown-up person and acting still.
Love.
T.
She was in a series called, I want to say it's called Bad Girls, where they're like, it's her and I think Christina Hendricks.
Oh, love.
And they're like, they like start conning, they do like a con to get money. Or I think they
Oh,
rob-
Is it Bad Mums?
no, it's her, Christina Hendricks, Retta from Parks and Rec. And I think they rob their place of work or something like that. It's it's sort of like, it's a romp. It's a romp.
It's not the girl. Okay, we'll do this after.
We'll do it. But anyway, she's great. The president fires the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
In his own words, the only mistake I ever made was making a sniveling little weasel like you the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense is the one who came up with the nuking plan. So
Yeah,
we do
he
hate
sucks.
him.
And his idea was let's try nuking them again. So I'm really glad that he got fired. In comes Jeff Goldblum, who's like had a bottle of whiskey at this point and is like having a breakdown. Also talked about how much he loves his wife to her. She's like, well, the love's still there, but like
Love was never the problem.
And in that moment, we kind of hear throughout the film that Jeff Goldblum has never taken off his ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in that moment where they had that conversation, he's a bottle deep
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, love was never the problem. And she was like, I'd wear the ring too, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'd keep it on too.
She's so hot and so compelling. And she's like, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. It wasn't just a job. And I was like, yeah, go be press secretary. Because
That's
honestly,
only going to happen once.
I don't know that we get CJ Craig without Connie.
No. And I will say, if I may, that I don't think the story they're playing is that Jeff was like, you shouldn't have taken the job. I think Jeff was like, it was too much to be your husband and be married to the press secretary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted it for you, but the reality of it was too much for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. And it's right after that scene, he has a chat with his dad and his dad says something about him having a cold.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff Goldblum goes, oh my God, we need to give the mothership a virus.
Because it's 1996.
And a virus was the scariest thing when it came to IT.
Because we're pre the millennium bug here.
Right.
What I do love is that for the whole film, we've been talking about how the aliens are like so technologically advanced in comparison to human beings. You know, they're like just light years ahead, but they do still have 90s ass graphics.
Yeah.
They do. But we were saying they have touchscreens, which
Yeah.
at the time was like unimaginable. And
yeah.
now that is just our truth.
Life.
Run of the mill.
Yeah. So
They
Jeff
have them
Goldblum.
in Leon, you know?
Mhm.
Anyways.
Lee, excuse me. No, just kidding. Lee, oh my God, it's like you're in the movie. Jeff does a big demonstration they basically have recreated a alien ship at Area 51 made from the wreckage of alien crashes. Jeff figures out that they need to go up to the mothership, him and Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to download a virus onto their server.
I guess.
We don't know. That will then send the virus to all the other ships, get rid of their barriers. At that moment, we'll plan a worldwide attack.
We will activate all global military forces. We then kind of like touch to show these various nations getting the call to be like, this is the plan. Some very fun depictions of the French, and we know that they're French because they're smoking and being sassy,
and they have stripy t-shirts on.
Yeah, literally that's it. And the British are just there going,
righty-ho,
bit of a plan.
I guess we'll do it then.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to get back to Blighty.
For a cup of tea and a jam sandwich.
Exactly that.
I resent that. But hey, I do like a jam sandwich.
And then we also need to obviously get a ragtag bunch of we've got people hiding from the military because they don't want to have to go and attack the aliens. Then we have to assemble a ragtag bunch of anybody with pilot experience to go and attack the ship that's currently on top of Area 51.
And who's stepping up?
And
Russell.
The alcoholic dad is going to make good, and his son is bringing him coffees because he's going to sober up for the first time in 10 years to go and be part of this attack, leading to the all-time famous line, I picked a hell of a day to quit drinking. It's classic stuff.
It really is.
It's really good. So that's the plan. Jasmine and Will Smith get married with the hideous dolphin ring, and the witnesses are Jeff Goldblum and Connie.
Yeah. And we've now realized, Will Smith has now realized that despite his previous reservations, ultimately, no matter what she might do for a living, Jasmine is the one for him. And if the NASA doesn't want him because of that, then fuck NASA.
Fuck
frankly.
NASA.
Yeah.
Fuck
and he's going
NASA.
to get to go to space anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the president's speech.
Yeah, because it has clocked in. It's morning. It's dawn of Independence Day. Would anyone like to give a dramatic reading? I'm happy to.
Happy to oblige. Would you like to give it to us? Would you like to give it to us?
If I must.
Yeah, go for it.
Obviously typed this out in preparation.
God.
Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world and you'll be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word... Stop it, Leigh, I'm being really important. That word should have a new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We'll be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation.
No, go on.
Okay. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. And today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Oh! Leigh,
At this point, Leigh
crying
cried.
A dramatic. Oh, poor girl.
Thank you, you're welcome.
It's the greatest speech in cinema history.
Leigh was very moved.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good. And then he kind of storms off and gets into his own jet, which is just like even better.
His
isn't
aide
it?
is like, "What are you doing, sir?" He's like, "I'm a combat pilot, Will. I belong in the air." And I'm like,
Fuck.
"Go America!"
Like, it's also hot as well. Like, he's
So
very
hot.
recently widowed.
It
Like,
was. Leigh, also, you did keep saying the president was hot.
yeah, you did.
I think
You actually did say that. Yeah, you were into him, which was like cool.
I think I'm not going to fight you on that. I think I do also feel that ultimately, was it sad that the first lady died? Yes, it was. But I do think it's going to be
Where you
fun.
going?
Keep going. No, please.
I think ultimately it's going to pull really well for him that his wife died. Because if we think about it, the majority of
That's fucked up,
a
bro.
huge proportion of the American people have died in this alien attack.
Sure.
If the first family comes out entirely unscathed,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
not going to be a good look for the president.
Yeah, he's
I
got to
think-
have some sort of personal grief to be
And
able to
then
speak on
also-
behalf of everyone's grief.
Then I got in.
Yeah.
Then I was part of the attack,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, our boys, Will and Jeff, they're in the spaceship, heading up to space. They've got a big nuke with them to take out the mothership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Jeff has his laptop. What more does a gal need?
Exactly.
Down on Earth, we're prepping, we're getting ready, we're getting into planes. Russell's having some cups of coffee his son is
Mhm.
giving him. The president's getting into his gear. It's all very exciting. The women obviously are just sort of like clutching at their shirts and being
Yeah.
like, oh God, honey.
And they're very cold and sort
They're
of
just sort of like,
wrapping garments around their body.
I will say I always forget how long it takes in this film for Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith to actually have a scene together.
yeah.
Because when I think about this film, I think of the two of them in that spaceship, and they are like zip-zapping off of each other. Like their chemistry as a duo, I'm like, why was there not immediately a sequel of just like these two fighting crime?
Or like, why would
Like-
they never cast opposite each other again? Like in
Yeah.
another film.
They have such great chemistry.
They did have amazing chemistry.
They fly up to the ship, the mothership. They get in there. Jeff Goldblum literally taps 4 to 5 keys and then spacebar.
He hacks the mainframe.
Hacks the mainframe. He's
I love
in.
90s hacking.
He is in. And then he's like, time to download the virus. Clicks enter.
And it literally goes,
Did you-
uploading virus.
And then
1%, 2%.
yeah,
3%.
with a little like a Jolly Roger.
This is the world
graphic.
I
Yes.
want to live in. It was a simpler time.
Truly,
I think
it
that's why
was.
it makes me so emotional.
Maybe.
Okay.
Moving on.
So virus uploads.
Yeah.
Information back down on Earth. Shields are down. Timed. Let's go.
It's go time, boys.
It's go time.
We see them all take off.
Mhm.
Russell, the struggling single father and president of the United States, we're up in the sky.
Yeah.
We're firing all the missiles we've got. We're causing damage, but not enough.
Mhm.
How are we going to bring this ship down?
We've all shot all of our weapons. The only person with any bombs left, who is it? It's Russell, the alcoholic dad. But oh no, it jams. this is just absolutely classic cinema. It jams. Russell, now the deadbeat dad, must sacrifice himself to save humankind.
And it's a very quick decision, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He goes...
He takes one look at the Polaroid of his kids in his little fighter pilot chamber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, do me a favor. Tell my kids I love them very much.
Yeah.
And then he flies.
But before he gets in there, he goes, hello, boys. I'm back.
He did.
Which
He
is so
did.
camp.
Yeah,
and then he's
it
like,
is.
I have one word to say, or I have two things to say to you. Up yours.
Yeah,
As he
yeah.
flies into the spaceship, causing it to internally combust and explode.
And
Now-
the whole thing comes down.
They just do not make movies like this anymore. This film should be like taught in screenwriting courses of like, this is classic Hollywood cinema. And do you know why? Because it's a little bit camp. And I have so much of a, but this is why I'm on my boycott of Christopher Nolan films.
Right.
Because
There's no campery there.
he took all of the fun out of Hollywood cinema. I'm sorry, but he did. Now boy films are just so devoid of any fun. And you have to take like a PhD in it to even understand the basic plot.
I think you're correct. And I think my issue with I like the use of boy film. I think that's very boy cinema, if you will. For me, it's making films that no one understands, but lads are like, and by lads I mean kind of like cis men, hetero cis men, are like, I don't understand it, but I'm going to say that I do. And then I'm going to read online what other people think. And then I'm going to verbatim that back to everyone else in my life who's like, I didn't really get it.
Christopher Nolan makes films for men to mansplain to their girlfriends, and that is a hill on which I will
And
die.
there's always a dead wife, or like a sort of estranged wife that's caused the man some trauma. Anyway, I could talk about this, but what I will say is, meanwhile, we're up in the mothership.
Yeah.
Virus downloaded, kaboom's happening down on planet Earth. Time to set off our nuke. We fire our nuke, smashes into the center of the ship. We then have like 30 seconds to get out of the mothership.
Yeah.
An onslaught of baby spaceships. Very high stakes. The boys are like loose in their seats. The seatbelts are off. They've got cigars in their mouth. Are
I
they
love,
going to make
by the
it?
way, that this alien spaceship that they're in came equipped with human-sized seatbelts.
Yeah.
I'd literally never thought about that. It's outrageous. Aliens are just very similar size and shape to us, and they also take care of themselves when they're traveling.
They also believe in health and safety.
We like get out of the mothership just in the nick of time as it's like shutters close, and then kablamo.
It's over.
Big explosion. Back down on Earth. We're back on the salt plains. We're in a big army Hummer, like top down. The gals, Jasmine,
course.
Connie, they're in their plaid shirts, sunglasses on, Boomer, the sun. We're like stood up on the back, like looking. We can see the wreckage of the landing of the spaceship that Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum were in. Are the boys okay? And then like through the dust, strutting
Both with actively lit cigars.
are
incredible.
our heroes. The swing in the hips.
Now that's the kind of masculinity I can get behind.
Do you know what I mean?
It's incredible.
Is the swing in both of those men's hips in
Yeah.
that shot.
Unbelievable.
Their wife and ex-wife run to them. They kiss.
Mm-hmm.
They've
Everyone's
saved-
back
they've saved
together,
the
I
world.
feel.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the end of the film, really.
Yeah.
Shall we to the rapid fires?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Best fashion for you, Lizzie.
There was a moment where Jasmine had sort of on a relaxed red trouser with a red plaid shirt tied up around her waist. That for me was my fashion highlight.
Yeah.
By far. I thought it was incredible.
For me, I think it was Connie's pinstripe suit that she was wearing for much of the film. And then also Jasmine's, like she's wearing like almost like a Timberland or like a hiking boot and little like green khaki shorts and like an oversized white sweater.
Yeah, it's like a
Cream
little kind of
sweater.
cream sweater that's also kind of cropped though.
Yeah.
And the little collar. That was my favorite look. But I think for me, it was the urge to merge energy of Jeff Goldblum and Connie when they were both wearing
Yes.
they were both wearing slacks, they were both wearing white vests, and they were both wearing plaid shirts. And I think the thing is that I'm attracted to both of them.
Yeah.
It's a Brendan
Relatable.
Fraser, Rachel Weisz
In the
mummy
Mummy.
situation for me, which is that
Right.
I want both Connie and I want Jeff.
Brilliant. A bisexual heaven.
Yeah, it's great. On everyone's happy.
Queerest moment that never intended to be queer of the film.
Every moment that Connie was on because I fancied her so much.
Amazing.
Great. Yeah.
Beautiful. I'm going to say either David's boss and or colleague who was just obsessively calling his mother
And
and
his
also
therapist,
called
yeah.
his therapist to be like, for $300 an hour, you can put me through to his place in the Hamptons as bombs are dropping.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Loved.
For me, it was a moment after Russell had flown into the plane,
Mm-hmm.
sacrificing himself, where Miguel, his son, who's down on the ground,
Oh
was
my
like
God,
watching like things happen, and the news came through to like the ground crew that like basically Russell had like sacrificed himself, and like Miguel runs forward and he's like, "That's my dad!" And this big soldier who's kind of been very present throughout the film, like one of the president's aides, is like, "Your father is an American hero." And just the way that they look at each other, and this guy's hands on like Miguel's chest, I'm like, whoa, I think that's a love story.
That was a bit queer. Yeah.
It was kind of gay.
It was.
Mhm.
But like in a really gorgeous way where I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, maybe like there's a story here where that man's like, I'm going to take care of you now.
Arguably more sexual chemistry between those two men in that moment than in the entirety of Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Oh, God. Red, white, and royal blue.
Yeah. Man, I feel like a man.
If this isn't an insanely beautiful woman, I'm hanging up. Also, the smoking of cigars throughout.
Yeah, I think I think mine actually goes like, it's not an overly masculine moment. I mean, obviously the whole speech, like the 4th of July speech.
Right.
But for me, it's not an overly masculine moment, but it's from Julius, Jeff Goldblum's dad, where he's talking about Connie and his son. And Julius says, there's still love there, I think. And Jeff goes, love was never our problem. And Julius goes, all you need is love. John Lennon said that. Shot in the back. Very sad.
You did love that.
I really enjoyed that one. Also, I think a shout out, honorable mention in that for I could have been at a barbecue.
Yeah.
From Will
That was
Smith when
incredible.
he's like dragging in aliens' bodies through the desert.
Also, when he's just kind of generally shouting expletives and insulting the alien, the
And kicking
unconscious
it.
alien that he's dragging, it is very much like, give me the part in Men in Black.
My man, I feel like a man, was Jeff Goldblum at the start cycling through his office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to be like a young, sort of 35-year-old divorcee man in New
Yeah.
York, kind of like, I'm the sort of Joker of the office, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
cycle in.
And then like
You
him
know.
being like, hey guys, recycle.
Oh my God,
No, do you know what actually? My man, I feel like a man is when he's like done his master plan, and he, in order to explain his master plan to everyone, he like draws it out very rudimentary on a whiteboard. Love that. And then Connie's like, what do you like? And he's like, you know how I'm always trying to save the world? And he like shakes this little empty Coke can and then like basketball drops it into a recycling bin.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Moment that made you proudest to be an American, Lizzie.
Obviously, like the speech was incredible.
Mm.
The sort of general propaganda of it all was propagandering. Like I was in it. My niche moment was the moment right at the start where we see Jeff Goldblum and his dad Julius playing chess, I believe in Central Park.
Mm.
And it's sort of a shot of them two, and in the back is like just like an incredible New York skyline.
Mm.
And not only was I proud to be an American, I suddenly was sort of like, well, being from New York, you know what I mean?
Being
I
like authentically from New York.
like as a New Yorker, like,
Yeah.
and I didn't know quite what had happened, but
Yeah.
suddenly I like
you were
the-
from New York.
exactly. And the next day I was sort of lying in bed with Leigh and got out, looked up New York properties and was like, I think
We
Maybe
could.
we moved to New York.
I kind of feel I need to return home to sort of like my roots.
Yeah, in New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
Famously
Lovely.
born in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then grew up in England.
I think mine has to be Air Force One taking off like just in the nick of time as the explosion happens.
Yeah.
/ boomers leap to freedom.
Leap to Freedom was incredible.
Yeah, I think mine's joint with Boomer's Leap to Freedom with actually, no, I've got a third one to throw in. So it's Boomer's Leap to Freedom, Jasmine when she's driving the fire truck through the streets of LA, just carving through cars and rubble, Queen. And then the last one I think has to be Hello Boys, I'm Back, as Russell flies into the spaceship.
Hello, boys.
I'm back.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Any closing thoughts, Lizzie?
What a great film. I think I'm going to sort of follow this and continue to rewatch noughties and late 90s films that I have missed.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
And Leigh, as an advocate for Independence Day, do you have any closing remarks?
Bring camp back to boy films.
Yeah.
Period.
Campery needs to make a return to boy
and
cinema.
also like strong and interesting female characters. Like this is kind of a boy film, but also like Jasmine and Connie are like very fully developed
I know
human
things
women.
about them.
Yeah.
Like I know about their lives. And I
Yeah.
just can't say that even for a lot of like female focused cinema.
Also a moment for Jasmine's friend from work who goes up to the top of the skyscraper with the sign saying, welcome, make yourself at home, and immediately gets killed.
Yeah, I know. Feel for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like rocking with her when she was in the thing in the dressing room. I was
Yeah.
like, she's so fun. And then when she went up there, I was like, yeah, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You've
Like,
made
are
a
you
terrible
crazy?
choice.
Sometimes it's good to just like stay indoors.
Do you know what I mean?
Um,
And that's on that.
And that's on that.
I've thoroughly enjoyed Bring Your Girlfriend to Work Day. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming to work with me.
You're so welcome.
Where can people find you on the internet and support you?
Good question. Me and my brother have a podcast called Stay Hydrated
Mhm.
with Chris and Lizzie, available on all streaming
Mhm.
platforms. You can find me on Spotify, Elizabeth Hall, for music,
For Queer Gal Bops.
for Queer Gal Bops. And my Instagram is Elizabeth Hall, but with 2 Zs. So Elizabeth Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you can find me.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. We are Queer Gals Watch, wherever you get your socials. You can email us, queergalswatch@gmail.com. Also, feel free to check out our Patreon because that's the reason why we're still able to make this podcast. So we really appreciate everyone who supports us on there.
Thank you.
And thank you for indulging us in these movie episodes. We've had a great time. We're recording them all in bulk before you've listened to any of them. So it may be that all of you are like, please, can we get back to the West Wing? In which case, we absolutely will be getting back to the West Wing very, very soon. And thank you for indulging us in some great moments in cinema history and some true blips.
Yeah.
I
think Joshua Lyman would have enjoyed Independence Day, the movie.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. I think he would have pretended to be better than it, but deep down he would have seen it twice in the cinema.
And he would have
Right.
been like, I could have been a fighter pilot like Will Smith. And everyone would have been like, no, Josh, you can't.
Correct.
Well, gorgeous. See you next time.
Lee, I'll see you back in the West Wing.
See you back in the West Wing.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.